Welcome to part 1 of Eating Healthy, and trust that you will find it interesting if you are someone wanting to know more about eating healthy. It is a follow-up video to the one on diet and exercise. The two complement each other, as between them they cover what will be needed in order to live a healthier life. It ain't complicated, as all you need do is to follow a good quality diet that incorporates the eating of healthy foods coupled with an exercise regime. The body has two very different and complex systems of energy-producing sources. The two energy styles depend on each other for support, as energy is vital to the very existence of human activity and survival. Energy is needed for the various functions like maintenance of growth, daily activities, exercise and many other movements or functions that are often taken for granted. These are shared between the two energy systems. In this video you will be shown what foods give you the most energy. Are you eating simply to satisfy your appetite or to make your taste buds happy? Or are you eating in order to take better command of your life? By eating correctly and knowing the reason as to why, will hopefully help you in sticking with the plans for the diet, morning jogging and the physical exercise. Health and fitness plans very seldom work in today's world. The basic reason for their alarming rate of failure is due to the world being a lot less healthful than it was 2 decades ago. Much of this is attributed to the altered food habits of individuals. The primary and first energy system to be used is the aerobic system. This system uses oxygen for the function of the muscles, and does demand quite a lot from the general body system. This demand usually increases the rate and depth of breathing, and blood supply, mainly because of the corresponding increase of the heart rate. When the body requires more energy which cannot be met due to the elevated need for more oxygen, then the body system automatically switches to the anaerobic energy system. This system is able to produce energy without the need to use oxygen. All this energy is generated through the suitable or correct consumption of foods. The foods consumed dictate the types of energy levels each individual is capable of producing. Muscle fatigue usually occurs when all the energy sources are exhausted, which can be attributed to a variety of reasons. The most compelling one depends very much on the types of foods consumed. There are several categories of foods that produce various beneficial elements for the human body system, and knowing the ones that create or enhance the energy-generating sources is definitely useful. Therefore, this knowledge should help the individual to choose the right types of foods. The aerobic system works by breaking down the carbohydrates, fatty acids and amino acids in the foods consumed, while the anaerobic system releases energy from the foods stored in the body, usually during intense activity bouts. If you hear about the failure of diets or gym plans, it is commonly the fault of the individuals who started with much vigor, and then didn't abide by those programs. They unfortunately do not see the advantages and benefits that these programs offer for their overall well-being. What the world needs nowadays is not a fresh health or fitness program, or even a diet, but rather self-motivation. It needs the correct sort of mindset to follow through, to the very end with whatever plan they have chosen. If this could be achieved, then most of the health issues that are related to lifestyle situations will get to be outmoded. The motivation actually lies within each of us, we simply need to search it out and utilize it. 1 generation ago, individuals wouldn't have dreamed of picking up whatever junk food they could get in order to feed their faces. Nowadays, we do that so very casually. I'm hungry commonly means I want a burger or a hot dog, likely with chips on the side and some cola. It's genuinely no wonder that we are facing so many health issues today. Our health is an indicator of what we consume. The sorry condition that we are living in is not an individual problem, but a global issue. The world as a whole is eating incorrectly. 6 in every 10 individuals in the US is overweight, and the number is going to be 8 in every 10 individuals in not too many years from now, if this trend is allowed to continue. Are we truly thinking about this? No, we are not. Perhaps even as you are watching this video, you could likely have a packet of chips on the side. Do you know that what you spent on that package, which is filling your stomach with some of the most toxic chemicals known to humanity, could instead have fed an emaciated youngster in Rwanda? With such appalling health figures, are we not heading for doom? We are definitely not eating right. We have to be prepared for the excess baggage it brings in the form of obesity, and the many other assorted ill health problems. So, you're overweight and are looking at casting off a few pounds. No gym instructor from any place in the world will help you, if you don't take adequate measures to have the right diet, and to stick to your routine exercise regime. The same will apply if you are sick and are looking at receiving treatment. No physician will help if you are not determined in following the treatment platform, whether it's taking the medication at the correct time or abstaining from some foods. We have strayed horribly with our eating habits thus far. Unless we take stock of the state of affairs and take matters in our own hands, matters are not going to get better. The number one thing is awareness. We have to learn what foods are correct for us and what are not. We have to go back to training and comprehend what the nutrients are that our body truly wants and in what amount. Then we have to build a dietary regimen for ourselves and our loved ones, so that we eat healthier. We have to cut down on all the foods that are adverse, like the sugars, fats and carbohydrates, which we don't truly want, and to rather incorporate foods that may boost our health. But there is hope. Hope lies in the fact that there are a lot of foods out there that are simply as tasty as those awful junk foods, but we do not yet know about them. Even with the same sort of diet you eat, you are able to conjure up some really delicious healthy dishes. Yes, it's all very much possible. You are able to modify your eating habits to a big extent, while at the same time attending to your palate. The fact is, that the weight loss industry is responsible in a really significant way towards this downfall of the developed human race. They have to keep selling the brand name diets in the marketplace, and for that reason the media never tells you how we may in reality take things in our own hands. There are two general things we have to do, namely, control what we consume and to indulge in physical exertion. Now, is that too much to accomplish? Don't we owe that to our body that has served us so well all these years? Do we not owe that to ourselves and our loved ones? Over the years, honey has been proven to be the one sustaining power behind the energy circle. It benefits the human body in various areas, and still remains unrivaled in its energy-producing entity. Honey is nature's most natural energy booster, and it also acts as an effective immunity system builder, while also providing the natural remedy to a host of varied ailments. Energy is very important to the smooth natural flowing of a daily life cycle of any human being. Therefore, finding energy sources that are both consistent and healthy are important to keeping fit and happy. The natural benefits of honey has been widely acknowledged and accepted. Besides its great taste, honey is also a natural source of carbohydrate, which is an energy maker for boosting performance, endurance and reducing levels of muscle fatigue. This is especially useful for athletes. The sugar content in the honey helps to play a role in preventing fatigue during exercise sessions and also during training sessions for sports enthusiasts. The sugar makeup comprises of glucose and fructose and functions in different, but complementing ways. The glucose content in the honey is generally absorbed at a faster rate, and gives off an immediate energy boost, while the fructose works at a slower pace for a more sustainable, and prolonged energy boost. Honey has been known to help keep the blood sugar levels in the body system fairly constant. Honey is a pleasant natural food product and generally popular for consumption by all age groups. The energy produced from consuming a small amount of honey daily helps children cope with the physical strains of daily school activities and sports commitments. A daily small dose of honey can go a long way in keeping the energy levels of adults at its best during a demanding day at work. Making sandwiches with honey accompanied with other fillings is one way of creating a pleasant snack. Applying honey on a freshly toasted slice of bread is also a welcome breakfast alternative. Adding honey to drinks instead of using sugar is definitely encouraged. Most people today want a quick fix for their energy-boosting needs, and this usually comes in the unhealthy forms of sports drinks, coffee and refined carbohydrates like sugar and white bread. Though these produce the desired heightened energy levels, it should be noted that this energy is fairly short-lived and the tiredness that follows is usually more acutely felt. This is the end of part 1, so make sure not to miss out on part 2, where you will learn about the goodness that grain, nuts and meat bring to the health table.